As we gather this morning, let us remind ourselves of the covenants that we make with one another, and let us affirm BUC's covenant together. As part of this beloved BUC community, I promise to strive to be my best self in all my interactions, assume the best intentions of everyone's actions, be mindful of our shared humanity in my communications, pause, reflect, and be part of the solution when things go awry. Thus do we covenant with one another.
Good morning, Birmingham Unitarian Church.
Good morning.
It is good to be together again. Whether you are joining us here in the sanctuary, remotely via Zoom, or watching this recording later, it is good to connect with you. As a multi-platform church, it is important for us to build a bridge between online and in-person participants. We call this connection opportunity, greeting our virtual neighbors. First, we will project the image of folks who are currently on Zoom up here on our screen and ask them to turn on their cameras and give us a wave. Now, we who are gathered in person will turn to face the camera in the back of the sanctuary and give them a wave. Whenever and however we connect with BUC, we are building BUC. At home, on campus, in the world, every day. We are Birmingham Unitarian Church, and we are building the beloved community. Now we join with other Unitarian Universalists around the world as we light our chalice. Today's chalice lighting is by Laura Wallace. As frozen earth holds the determined seed, this sacred space holds our weariness, our worry, our laughter, and our celebration. Let us bring seed and soul into the light of thought, the warmth of community, and the hope of love. Let us see together, hear together, and love together. Let us worship.
To start this morning, we're going to sing hymn number 368, Now Let Us Sing. So if you would join in with your voices. I'm gonna teach it to you real quick, just in case you don't know it. So go ahead and stand and sing as you're willing and able. And we'll start with that bass line, Myra. We got the basses and a couple of the altos helping with this. So here it goes. Starts with now. 1, 2, 3. Now let us sing, 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 sing. Now let us sing, 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 sing. Lift up your voice, be not afraid. Now let us sing to the power of the faith within. Now let us sing. So it happens twice in a row. We got all the basses helping you with that. If you feel like you're rumbling in the basement, some of you, those voices would be great to hear you. And here's the top part. Sing to, ready and breathe. Sing to the power of the faith within. Sing to the power of the faith within. Lift up your voice, be not afraid. Sing to the power of the faith within. So whichever one you feel like joining in, please do. The choir is going to be singing both of them. All right, here we go from the beginning. Now let us sing to the power of the faith within. Sing to the power of the faith within. Lift up your voice, be not afraid. Sing to the power of the faith within. Now let us sing to the power of the hope within. Sing to the power of the hope within. Lift up your voice, be not afraid. Sing to the power of the hope within. Now let us sing to the power of the love within. Sing to the power of the love within. Lift up your voice, be not afraid. Sing to the power of the love within. Now let us sing to the power of the joy within. Sing to the power of the joy within. Lift up your voice, be not afraid. Sing to the power of the joy within. Woo.
Welcome, beloved community, to this first Celebration Sunday worship service of 2024, as we embark on a new year filled with infinite possibilities. As we gather in this sacred space, let us embrace the promise and potential that the dawn of a new year brings to each of us, individually and to our collective journey as a spiritual community. In this moment, we stand at the threshold of endless opportunities, a canvas awaiting the vibrant strokes of our shared intentions and aspirations. The turning of the calendar invites us to reflect on the tapestry of our lives, to weave new threads of hope, compassion, and understanding. Let us open our hearts to the beauty of new beginnings, acknowledging that each day offers the chance to deepen our connections, to nurture our spirits, and to engage in the world in ways that reflect our shared values. As we come together in worship, let the energy of this community fuel our collective imagination, enabling us to envision a world where justice, love, and equity flourish for all. May the stories we share, the music we sing, and the reflections we contemplate inspire us to step boldly into the unfolding narrative of the year ahead. Let us affirm our commitment to the ongoing journey of discovery, embracing the uncertainties with open minds and open hearts. As we embark on this journey together, let us be present to the sacredness of the present moment and the boundless possibilities that lie ahead. Welcome, dear friends, to a new year of exploration, transformation, and shared joy in the company of kindred spirits.
The mission of Birmingham Unitarian Church is to be a free and welcoming religious community that encourages lives of integrity, learning, service, and joy. One way we live out this mission is by giving half of our weekly offering to a nonprofit organization that shares our values and addresses needs in one of these areas: environmental action, economic justice, civic engagement, and racial justice. We support a new organization each month. This month's plate collection recipient is Wisdom Institute Detroit. It is a grassroots African-American womanhood and girlhood-focused nonprofit organization based in Detroit. It promotes gender equity, inclusivity, healing justice, and accountability in life and leadership so that all girls and women know power. 2 areas of focus for their work in 2024 are housing affordability and ensuring that all eligible voters in Detroit have access to vote and that their vote gets counted. Wisdom Institute has sent us a short video to tell us about themselves.
Hello, my name is Cecily Allen. I'm the program director of the Wisdom Institute.
And I'm Winston, executive director of the Wisdom Institute.
And the Wisdom Institute is a grassroots, spirit-centered organization, and we focus on African American women, girls, and advocate for issues that disproportionately impact us. We do all of our work under the umbrella we call healing justice. We believe it's our right to heal. We believe we infuse that into everything that we do, and everything else will become a reality. We will have reproductive justice. We will have voters' rights. We will have birthing rights. All of that is possible under the umbrella of healing justice. We also believe in listening as a healing opportunity. We have a program called the Listening Partners. We come together and we create space and show up fully where we listen to each other. We learn from each other, and we push that listening into the community practice called sacred activism. The Listening Partners is a very powerful sisterhood. We host listening circles for African American women and accomplices on a regular basis. And listening cafes where we have workshops that teaches us healing tools, different ways to show up as our full selves.
Thank you for listening to us.
Let there be an offering in support of our beloved community and organizations that build the world we dream about. This morning's offering will now be received with gratitude. We are a church of open minds, loving hearts, and helping hands. With gratitude, we dedicate this offering to the good works of our congregation and dedicate ourselves to its service.
This morning, we share the joys and sorrows of our BUC community. A joy from Kelly Taylor. Not only is my daughter Madeline turning 22 this week, tomorrow she begins her student teaching in a third grade classroom in Ann Arbor. Send her lots of positive thoughts. And also today's flowers are in memory of Diane Sharples from Ned, Matt, and Ed. We will save a spot in our hearts for those whose joys are left unspoken and those with sorrows too great to share.
We come now to the time in our service set aside for spiritual practices. New this year, we are including an embodied practice. Research indicates that the pressure and stress of the past several years has had an impact on our bodies and on our behavior. We have faced a lot of trauma and accelerated levels of change without enough opportunity to process or integrate what we've experienced. We've added this element to our worship services in an effort to use mind-body integration practices to help us feel centered and grounded. Today's practice is butterfly hugs. Please close your eyes or soften your gaze as you feel comfortable. Cross your arms and rest your palms on opposite biceps. Slowly use your fingers and palms of one hand to tap your upper arm and then the other hand. See if you can find the rhythm of your heartbeat. Alternate taps and breathe deeply. Great Spirit of life, as a new year begins, we turn inward to reflect about the state of our lives. What lessons have we learned in the past year, and which new ones now call us forward? To whom do we still owe an apology or expression of thanks? And with whom must we draw fresh boundaries? As we pause from our regular rhythms of rush, 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 we open ourselves to new perspectives and possibilities. We give thanks for these moments and for the wisdom they afford us. May they help bring us together in the sacred dynamics of life so that we, as individuals and as members of this community, might reach our full potential. As we step across this threshold, let this new year be a year of greater awe and gratitude, of deeper kindness and acceptance, and more courageous acts of conviction. For a kinder, more equitable, and sustainable world is not only possible, she is on her way, and in the quietness of the sacred community, we can ever hear her breathing.
This month, we are exploring the theme of possibility. And as I was preparing for this service, I stumbled upon a reflection by Tim Atkins called Next Year's Words. In it, he describes his New Year's tradition of finding a word to theme his year. This reflection has become so popular that he's written 3 more to go with it. So I've tried to weave them all together, and I wanted to share his journey with you as we explore this spiritual practice together. For last year's words belong to last year's language, and next year's words await another voice. Joy, embrace, explore, delight, authenticity, roots, blossom, evolve. Each of those words has represented a year of my life. As a religious humanist, none of the other winter holidays have really ever called to me. But to me, there's something almost magical about the chance for a fresh start, a new beginning, the start of a new chapter. One of my most treasured New Year's traditions is coming up with a word for the year. Ever since 2016, I've been picking a word that serves as a theme for my year, a single word that I want to serve as my grounding, my personal lodestar for the upcoming year. As I started this practice several years ago, it's changed my life. It becomes a mantra I meditate on throughout the year. When I'm questioning what the right thing to do is, I look back to my word of the year for guidance. I began this tradition with the word joy. In 2017, my word was embrace. In 2018, my word was explore. In 2019, my word was delight. I knew I needed to put myself first more and reconnect with basic pleasures in life. So I went with delight as a way to help me be more mindful about finding joy and beauty in the everyday. My word for 2020 was authenticity. I wanted to work more at being authentic to all parts of who I am and focus on living a unified life. And when in doubt over the upcoming year, because let's face it, 2020 could be rough at times, I want to remember to be authentically me. Part of my New Year's tradition is also reflecting on the past year, and really, how much of us really want to look back and reflect on 2020? It was a rough year for just about all of us. But when reflecting on the past year, I do it through the lens of my word of the year. Was I being authentically me? There were times when faced with a tough decision that I relied on asking myself, what choice is more authentically me? Years down the road, when I reflect back on 2020, sure, I'll remember the masks, but I'll also remember it through the lens of my word for that year. In 2021, I chose roots. During challenging times throughout the year, when I wasn't sure what to do, I used my word to guide me. I meditated on roots and found it an activity that helped me build roots that I had been seeking. It motivated me to do the tasks I normally wouldn't have attempted, like my backyard rose bushes. It helped give me the motivation to meet people in my neighborhood and attend some local neighborhood festivals. It helped me pay closer attention to state-specific and local justice issues. I will forever remember 2021 not as year 2 of the pandemic, but as my year of roots. After I'm done reflecting on the past year, I'd like to think about what comes next. Where am I on my life's journey? What would I change if I could? What do I notice happening in my own personal evolution? What do I want to come next? What do I need to come next? After careful consideration, I decide on my single word theme for the year. For 2022, my word was blossom. Sure, it naturally flows from last year's roots, but I also noticed new facets of my identity that were starting to blossom. I decided it was time to let myself try new things and really, truly allow myself to blossom and observe what beauty develops. One of the things most on my mind, and something I love most about Unitarian Universalism, is our denominational commitment to periodically assessing our beliefs and discerning whether they should evolve. Right now, we're in the midst of a bylaw mandated process for determining if we want to make any changes to Article 2, commonly known as the Principles and Sources. I'm proud to belong to a living religious tradition that embraces evolution both scientifically and spiritually. So evolve became my word for 2023. Change can be scary, but evolution is exciting. How am I going to evolve to meet the challenges of this new era we live in? As a religious humanist, I find it somewhat comforting to have this solid rock for my year. It forces me to focus on a value I want to live my life around and meditate on the value throughout the year. It forces me to put my values into practice, something we all could do a little more of. When I look back on my last few years, instead of reflecting back on the years in terms of usually negative events, I reflect on them in terms of values and the amazing things I did that year to embody that value. If this is your first year to the idea, I invite you to consider making one of your own personal New Year's traditions too. Even if you think New Year's resolutions are a little hokey, I encourage you to try this word of the year idea. When you think about your 2023, what word do you want to theme your next year? What word might you use as your centering lodestar for 2024? The dawning of a new year is the dawning of a new chance. A chance to right the wrongs we know we committed, to recommit to the life we choose to live, to reflect. It's a chance to start the next chapter in our story. might have guessed it. Today we're going to try this word of the year idea out for ourselves. Only we're going to put a little twist on it, of course. We aren't just going to pick a word for the year. We're also going to let fate decide on BUC's 2024 color of the year. So for Yule, for those that joined us, we wrote down a word or a phrase of something that we wanted to be rid of, to lift us out of the year that we had just closed. And we wrote those things down, we threw it in the fire. Well, we're going to do something similar today, but with different elements. And instead of writing on a piece of printer paper, we're going to use toilet paper. And instead of throwing it into a fire pit, we're going to throw it into this bowl of water. So take a moment. Think about what your word or aspiration will be for the new year. What is something that you want to invite into your life? What will be your lodestar to guide you through the year? Maybe it's a value you want to embody, a verb of something you want to do, or an adjective for something you want to be. Don't worry, you don't necessarily have to commit to it right here and now. But for the purpose of this practice, I encourage you to pick something that maybe you want to give a little more thought to. For those who are gathered here in the sanctuary, I invite you to come up to a table, grab a square of toilet paper and a marker, and write down your word. Then you're going to place your toilet paper in this bowl, and we'll all watch as the color starts to reveal itself. And for those that are joining us at home, I invite you to also write down a word on a piece of toilet paper. Maybe grab a glass of water and put it into your glass. And as we're all waiting, watch as the colors start to make their way out into the water. Focus on your breathing and take this moment to meditate on your personal lodestar. didn't think to bring up paper towel for myself, but all right, so what do we got here? Yeah, as you may have guessed it, we have kind of this grayish, brownish color for 2024. But before you laugh it off as a possible sign of what's to come, let's pause for a moment and think about what else is kind of brown or kind of maybe these not bright colors we think of often. So maybe you have a favorite sweater or a blanket, something that keeps you warm, feeling secure. Maybe, if we're thinking about things that are brown, a cup of coffee. The warmth it brings when you drink it on your own or when it's shared with friends. Chocolates and caramels, those are shades of brown, and they bring the promise of sweetness and delight. We've got kind of a grayish color, but there's still beauty outside in nature during these kind of gray days that we have ahead. But I like to think of this color as the soil of the earth, of the possibilities of life just waiting to burst forth in the coming days. Remember Laura Wallace's words from our chalice lighting. As frozen earth holds the determined seed, let this sacred space hold our weariness, our worry, our laughter, and our celebration. Let us bring seed and soul into the light. Here are our collective wishes for what we want this year to be. And it's paving the way for so many possibilities for all of us to live out our word of the year and write BUC's next chapter. And with a final prayer from Tim Atkins, may we all be grounded in living our values in the coming year. May we all spread our wings to new heights in the coming year. May the fire of your commitment to your personal, religious, and ethical values burn brighter than before. May our upcoming year be better than the last. May our upcoming year be rooted in peace, grounded in hope, and guided by love.
Let's join in singing our final hymn for this morning. It's number 402, From You I Receive. Would you please rise in body or spirit and join in singing No Fault Harmony. So feel free to add your voice in any way, shape, or form.
From you I receive, to you I give. Together we share, and from this we live. From you I receive, to you I give. Together we share, and from this we live. From you I receive, to you I give. Together we share, and from this we live.
May you leave this time together changed. May the promises you have made to yourself about who you want to be feel closer to the reality of who you are right now. May you share that feeling of transformation wherever you go. May it spread into every word, deed, thought, and interaction until we are all changed, transformed, and transforming together, becoming our better selves.